Hello and welcome. My name is Mary Hunter. I'm chair of the Clatsop County Democrats. Thank you for coming today. We're excited to have this opportunity to get to know you a little better.
Hi, thank you. I'm Mesch, and I'm running for Gearhart City Council, position 1.
Okay, thank you. And what has moved you to take this role in your community?
Well, I think the biggest and most practical thing that got me moving was that I started hearing from other people who believe the way that I did, that the city council was not responding to their vote, that Mayor Smith had been sworn in, and the council was continuing to ignore moving on with the firehouse issue. We're trying to get a firehouse in Gearhart, and most of the people that voted, 66%, wanted the firehouse to be something other than the mega build that the city put forward. When a vote is that clear, you expect people, even though there was a lot of shuffling around on the council, to come up, or at least begin coming up, with a new plan, a plan that is not what they put forward. So I hoped when Mayor Smith moved into his position as mayor that we would see the plan. And, you know, a lot of the, I'm going to call it infighting and divisions that had been, you know, sort of brewing would be put to rest. I thought that the council and the mayor would start seeking out a new way to build a firehouse. That's what he said he would do. But what happened was he just came back and put out a new survey, a new, frankly, not well-written survey. So I didn't understand. I mean, we have had enough surveys. People have voted. We have all of the information we need about what people want. And I feel pretty confident saying that no plan has emerged, or if it has, I haven't heard about it, and they haven't published anything. So why is this? I don't know why. I am trying to get answers and I'm not getting answers. And, you know, it's hard to ask questions of a city council whose every member actively stood by the mega build, and they are not moving. They're not moving off of that. They're not moving towards something else. They're not talking about something else. You know, you have to accept that that's not going to happen before you can move on. And I'm not completely convinced that they have accepted that. Where do we go from here? Well, 2 seats opened, and someone suggested that, vocal as I am, I fill one of them. And I feel like it was an important enough way to be heard. We need to be heard. We need to move on. And I felt like I had what I thought were qualifications enough to fill that seat. So that was my motivation in general, in broad strokes.
Okay, thank you. And what experience or background do you have that you feel prepares you for this position?
So I would say, of the 2 things that I have as background, The biggest one is that I've owned my home in Gearhart for 22 years. So I wouldn't say completely keyed in all of those years to what's going on. But that said, I feel like we have a chance here, a chance to do the right thing and do it in a timely manner. I'm a teacher by training, and I understand what it takes to corral a lot of different ideas, to be respectful, to create a plan and follow through on it, and to dig down when there are problems and protect what the plan is without making it into a divisive issue. We don't need that. We don't need that. And I feel like there have been many times where I've used the kind of training that you need to be in a classroom of 30 kids and get them all moving in one direction. Now, I'm not calling the people in Gearhart, middle schoolers, but my background in middle school, really, you have a lot of people sitting in front of you who are articulate and well-read, and many of them are up on the issues. They have a lot to bring, and I encourage them. I think that voices need to be heard, particularly now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And you've talked about the firehouse, but in the next 4 years, what other issues do you think will be the biggest for Gearhart, and how would you deal with them?
Well, I am not an expert, but coincidentally, a rather large failure in our infrastructure happened at the end of my driveway. And the response to it by the city workers was phenomenal, phenomenal. They came and fixed that thing until it was fixed. There was no doubt in my mind that we have some really highly qualified, very experienced people in our city. What we have not done is put them to work fixing an infrastructure that needs help. And the problem is mostly, I'm just going to say, with water. And that's just a very general, broad thing. We need to see what needs work first. We need to map that out. We need to plan it out. People much better at this than me will probably weigh in, but I believe it's a big issue. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. So that's the end of my questions. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Can I take the time right now to say thank you? Everyone who has been supporting me has been absolutely wonderful.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. Once we complete the interviews, all of them, we'll be posting them to YouTube and social media, and we'll send you a link so that you can share that.
Okay, good. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, and have a great morning.
Good to meet you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.